It's time for PSCL baseball action here at Palm Springs Stadium. This is Austin Stokes. I'll be bringing you live coverage of PSCL baseball today. And this afternoon we will have the Bootleggers facing off against the Coyotes. First game on our field today, we saw the North Stars pull off the 4-2 victory over the first place Lumberjacks. Certainly a good game there. So the lineup for the Bootleggers, it'll be Edwards leading off and patrolling center field. Cody Baylor will be over at the hot corner and batting in the 2 spot. Alex Jacone will be in the 3 hole playing short. It'll be Gledhill as the cleanup hitter and the designated hitter. Spindler's in the 5 spot behind the plate. Lopez in the 6 hole out in right field. It'll be Willis, number 24, the extra hitter today, batting out of the 7 hole. In the 8 hole, we'll have Dominique, the left fielder. Isaac Rodas in the 9 hole, the first baseman. And Aiden Salazar rounding us off at the 10 spot. And playing second on the mound for the Coyotes will be number 15, Max Robinson. So as Edwards stands in, we are just about ready to get things underway here in PSCL action. Game 2 here at the stadium. First pitch will be taken up and in for ball 1. So Robinson going to start off Edwards 1-0. Robinson set, he turns, kicks, and deals. That'll be high for ball 2, make it 2-0 now on the leadoff hitter for the Bootleggers this morning. Next pitch on the way. That's going to be outside for ball 3, so 3 pitches and 3 balls for Edwards. Max Robinson stepping back to the bump. Here's the 3-0 offering. That's not going to find the zone either. No, it will find the zone. Called for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike, a good hitter's count for Edwards. Here's the next pitch. That's going to find the zone. Max Robinson fighting his way back into this count, loading it up after being down 3-0. The 3-2 pitch. Outside for ball 4. So Edwards will start things off with a leadoff walk. A good position for Cody Baylor, the 2-hole hitter. He'll take the walk around and step in from the left side. So Edwards gets his lead off of first, held on by Nunez. Robinson comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and laced out to center field. Center fielder trailing back. He'll have it for the first recorded out of the inning. So with 1 down, that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter Alex Jacone, as he'll stand in to move Edwards up a couple feet. Stands in from the right side. Robinson looks in to find a sign and comes set at the belt. First pitch. That'll be in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 away with a runner on first. Edwards, a good lead. Nunez holding him on. Nunez holding him on. Here's the pitch. He'll go with the off-speed pitch. It'll find the inside part of the zone, called strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. 1 away to the 3-hole hitter, Alex Jacone. Robinson checks the runner at first. That's going to be hit foul down the opposite field line. Count will remain at 0-2. A warm one here in Palm Springs, 102 degrees today. That pitch is going to be hit foul out of play. That will leave the count, however, at no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on, as Edwards stands on base. Put on by a leadoff or a full count walk in the leadoff spot. Next pitch from Robertson. That'll be outside for a ball, so moving back into the count is Jacone. Make that 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. Robinson set. The pitch. Swung on. That's a chopper hit on the ground, but foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here for the Bootlegger offense. Coyotes looking to get out of the inning without allowing a run. Chacon steps into the box from the right side. Robinson comes set at the belt once more. The pitch. Took a little off that, unable to get it down in the zone, so that'll even the count at 2-2. Robinson set the pitch. Outside, so that will load the count up for the second batter in a row. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. Chacon back in on the right side. Robinson looks in, comes set. Edwards a good lead, held on by Nunez. Here's the pitch. Hit high and foul, so a competitive at-bat will continue. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 1 on. Umpire going to grab some foul balls from the hitter on deck. And we will resume play. Chacon standing in from the right side. Robinson quick to come set. The pitch. High for ball 4. So runners on first and second now with only 1 away. It'll be Gannon Gledhill standing in, the cleanup hitter and designated hitter today. Hitting for Marcus Sanders, the pitcher for the Bootleggers. Robinson set, checks on Edwards at second. Eli creeping in. That ball hit hard but foul into the netting. 0-1 with 1 away. Gledhill back in the box on the left side. Crowding the plate a little, open stance from him. The pitch. That'll be inside, so that'll even the count up. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, 2 runners on base here in the top half of inning number 1. 11:44 at the time. Been playing for about 10 minutes. Pitch. That'll be taken low in the dirt. Catcher going to be unable to rang it in. 2 balls, 1 strike. No runners deciding to test the arm of Sema behind the plate. Gledhill ready once more. Robinson finds a sign. Check on Edwards back at second. Held on by Eli. The pitch. It's going to be hit over to Eli. That'll be there. The throw back to second will double him off. So a really solid play from him there to get 2 outs. That'll be 6-4. And that is how the top of the first will come to a close. It'll be Sema, Nunez, and Toms due up for the Coyotes when we come back. This is Austin Stokes. We'll be back in a moment. It'll be the Bootleggers' turn at the dish. Sorry, the Coyotes' turn at the dish. It'll be a good opportunity for them to get things started. So standing in first for the Coyotes will be the catcher, Sema, leading things off today. Marcus Sanders on the mound for the Bootleggers. Here's the pitch. High and away for ball one. So the lineup for the Coyotes will be Sema leading off, playing catcher. Nunez at first in the 2-hole. Toms in the 3-hole, the designated hitter for Max Robinson. Next pitch. It'll be taken for a strike. Called strike one. That'll even the count 1-1. Next pitch. Breaking ball way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter. Marcus Robinson reaching way out for that breaking ball, unable to find his release point, so that's going to be away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch on its way from Sanders. It's going to be hit hard on the ground, but foul, so that will move the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sema stepping back in on the left side. Sanders looks in to find his pitch. Finds one he likes. Sanders from the windup. It's going to be outside as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sema ready. Sanders ready. The pitch. That'll be swung on and missed for strike number 3, so there's quickly 1 retired here, as that will bring up the 2-hole hitter and first baseman number 14, Nunez. He'll step in and look to get his guys on the board and get on base. Looking to jump out to an early lead here. Coyotes have been a team of early leads this season, being able to get ahead and stay ahead in games that they've come out victorious. Sanders, the first pitch, swung on, hit on the ground. That'll get through the infield into the left field. So Nunez will do his job as he is aboard with a single out into left field. So with 1 man on and 1 man out, that will bring up Jackson Toms, the designated hitter for the Coyotes this morning. He stands in from the right side. Nunez a good lead, held on by Rodas. Sanders finds his pitch, a look over to first. In the windup, the pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away, 1 man on in the bottom half of inning number 1. Sanders bending over to find the sign. Takes a look over at Nunez, out of the stretch. Next pitch. That'll be low and inside for ball 1, so that will even the count up. 1's all around here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 man on in inning number 1. Nunez stands on first, held on by Rodas. A safe lead for him, not wanting to get picked off. Creeping back towards the bag. The pitch. A big hack at that one. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanders back on the bump. He finds his pitch, comes set at the belt once more. Front foot out in front. Here's the pitch. It's going to buzz the tower just a little bit there, so make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the count runs right back even for Sema, or for Toms, sorry. Sanders finds his pitch. A check over at the runner. Throw back to first is not in time. He'll be back in there safely. Nunez diving back in before trouble. Rodas holding him on. Sanders comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So it'll be Toms who is sat down on the swinging strikeout. And that will bring up the second baseman, Nelson, number 4, batting in the cleanup spot. He will stand in from the left side. Sanders looks in to find his pitch, 2 away in the inning, needing one more good pitch to get his bats up and going. Come set, here it is. That'll be called on the outside part of the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 man on, and 2 away. As Nunez gets his lead off of first. Sanders set the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 1 man on. Nelson at the dish, Nunez at first, held on by Rodas. Sanders comes set. Here's the pitch. High and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for the Coyote offense. Sanders comes set, 1-2 the count. The pitch high for ball 2, so that'll even the count right back up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away in the home frame of the pitch from Sanders. That's called for strike 3, so the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. No runs coming around to score. It'll be the top half of inning number 2. When we come back, Austin Stokes, PSCL Baseball, right here on the PSCL YouTube channel. So we're ready to go here in the top of the second. It'll be Spindler leading things off. First pitch going to be a ball outside. Robinson ready, looks in. Here's the pitch. That's going to find the zone, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter. The catcher batting in the 5 spot today. So that pitch is taken high and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch. That'll be outside as well. So a good hitter's count for Spindler here. Max Robinson having some trouble locating the first couple pitches. 3-1 on its way. No trouble locating that one as it's fouled off, so that'll load the count up 3-2 for Connor Spindler, leadoff hitter of the inning. Bootleggers having a base runner on walks in the last time up. Swing and a miss at that one, so that's called strike 3. One away now as Lopez will stand in. The right fielder for the Bootleggers today. He'll be standing in from the left side. Robinson from the windup. Here's the pitch. Inside, brushing him off just a little bit there. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 away. Next pitch, that's going to be swung on, hit right back up the middle. Nelson is there. The throw over to Nunez is not going to get there. It'll be thrown away as that ball will make it into the dugout. So a good piece of hitting there from Lopez, as that is how they're going to get a man on. Nelson credited with the throwing error. So 1 away with a runner on second, as now Willis will stand in, the extra hitter in the Bootleggers lineup today. First pitch from Robinson. Foul back off the handle of the bat. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on as Lopez stands at second. It'll be Nelson keeping him in check right there at the 2 bag. A solid lead from Lopez, probably 5 or 6 steps off. The pitch. Oh, he'll go back to second, and they'll have him. So a beautiful pickoff move from Max Robinson. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. So there's no balls and 1 strike with 2 away and no longer a base runner. Willis standing in. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Robinson. A fastball unable to find the zone. It'll get past the catcher, so were there a runner on, that'd put a runner at third. But after the really good inside move from Robinson, they will have 2 away and no one on. Robinson set the pitch. Inside, buzzing the tower a little bit there. That'll make it 2-1. Robinson turns, kicks, and deals. That'll be called for strike 2, so that will even the count up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. That's going to be poked right back up the middle. That'll get down for the first Bootlegger hit of the day. No error on that one. So it'll be Willis standing on first as Dominique stands in from the left side, batting in the 8th spot. Robinson at 34 pitches. That'll find the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 runner on. Willis held on by Nunez over at first. Robinson set. That's going to be swung on, hit on the ground, past the glove of the first baseman, so that'll get into the outfield. Willis handing for third. He'll be held up right there, so there will be runners on second and third, as Dominique will be credited with a double there. So it'll be Willis at third, Dominic at second. As the first baseman, Rodas, will stand in from the right side of the dish. Robinson needing 1 more out to keep from allowing a run to come across to score. The pitch. Breaking ball inside part of the plate. That'll be called for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Robinson looks in to find a sign and comes set at the belt. Eyeing down the runner at second. The pitch. That'll be just a hair outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count now on Rodas. Robinson finds a sign at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count now. Robinson comes set out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss there for strike 3. So that's how the side is retired. 1 error, but 3 hits in the inning. But no runs allowed to come across the score. We head now into the bottom of the second. Game still tied up at 0. It's the Coyotes' turn to try and drive one across. Austin Stokes, I'll be right back. It's the bottom of the second, as Nicholas Eli will stand in to lead off for the Coyotes, looking to be the first run of the game for either team. Sanders still on the mound for the Bootleggers. First pitch. He'll square to bunt. He'll get that back in time, and it'll catch a piece of him. So he will head on down to first. So 1 pitch, 1 hit by pitch. Coach Bailey Owens not too happy about that. He's going to walk out and have a word with the home plate umpire, Carlos Butler. Maybe get some insight as to what he saw. All seems to be resolved there. Oh, correction, they're going to appeal back to Trent Shocker behind the pitching mound. See what his take on the situation is. So they will say that did not hit him, and Coach Tanner is not too happy with that one. He's going to give his opinion on the matter as to whether or not his guy was hit or not. They'll have him called back from first, it looks like. Coach Tanner giving him a piece of his mind there. They're still going to wait and resolve this one at the plate. Coach Tanner really giving him a word, and he's gone. He'll get the heave-ho there. So that's going to be a coach gone in the bottom of the second. Tanner not done giving him his mind. Yeah, he's not happy about that one at all. Home plate umpire and the field umpire saw it differently. And this is still going on as Coach Tanner has yet to exit the field. So they'll need to find a new coach for the opposing, or for the home team Coyotes here. But it looks like we'll be set for action and ready to go, as it will be Peyton Wysong standing in. So Wysong in, Sanders ready to go. A short breather for him on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike one, so a good way to come back after the brief hiatus. Getting ahead in the count early. No balls, one strike, no one on, no one out. Correction, that'll be Eli still at the dish here. So now a 1-2 count after Eli is sent back home after the appeal. 1-2 the count. Sanders, the pitch. It's going to be hit high and foul. Count will remain 1-2. 21 pitches for Sanders so far in one full inning of work, looking to record the first out of inning number 2. Turns, kicks, and deals. It's going to be swung on and hit high and foul out of play, so the count will remain once more at 1-2. Pitch from Sanders, that'll be outside for a ball, so that'll even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. No one out, no one on in the bottom half of the second. One hit for the Coyotes so far in this one. Here's the next pitch from Sanders. Swung on, chopped right back up the middle. That'll be Chacon. The throw over is not in time, so he'll beat that one out. So it'll be Eli standing on first, as now Peyton Wysong will stand in from the left side. So it looks like he'll be walking over to the right side. Correction. Wysong into the box. Sanders on the mound. He'll toe the rubber and look in to find his sign. He'll check on Eli, held on by Rodas. Here's the pitch. He's going to pitch out, throw down to second. Runner goes. A good decision from him there. That'll get him on the tag. Doesn't look to be a call that the Bootlegger defense will agree with. Sorry, the Coyote defense will agree with. So a fantastic throw from Spindler to Salazar to record the first out of the inning. 1-0 the count on Wysong. Sanders, the pitch. That'll be fired in there. A called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 away, no one on. Pitch from Sanders. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now. First pitch from Sanders. High and tight for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. A good hitter's count for Peyton Wysong. Next pitch from Sanders. That'll be out for ball 4, so that'll put another runner on board. With 1 away, Peyton Wysong stands at first. That will bring up the 7-hole hitter and the third baseman, Noonley, number 2. Stand in from the right side. Sanders looking for 1 good pitch to give Chacon and Salazar some action back up the middle. Get a double play. A solid lead from Wysong. Might see a throw over. Sanders eyes him back. The pitch. It'll be in there on the hands for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 away, 1 man on. Rob Sanders going to look over at Wysong, held on by Rodas. Here's the pitch. He'll check his swing. Doesn't matter. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. One and 1 pitch. That'll be high. It gets away from the catcher, so he'll head to second. On the passed ball, so Wysong just 180 feet away from being the first run of the game. Noonley looking to be the one to drive him in. Carlos Butler, the umpire behind the plate, going to issue a warning to the third base dugout. Getting a little too loud for his liking over there. The pitch. That'll plunk him, so he's going to head on down to first. So runners on first and second now as Luke Culver stands in as the 8-hole hitter and left fielder today. Time's going to be called as there will be another conference between the umpires here in the bottom of the second. And it looks like we're set to resume action. 0-0 the count for Culver, waiting to see his first pitch of the day. Sanders back to the bump. One away in the inning so far. Noonley and Wysong on at first and second. Robinson, Sanders, a look back to second. The pitch. That'll be outside for a ball. Wysong was halfway to third by the time that crossed the plate. Surprised we didn't see him commit and just try and swipe 3. Nevertheless, 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch. That's going to be roped out into right field. The right fielder, Lopez, is under it, so no one's going to try to advance. Lopez is going to be there to make the play. So that'll bring up Logan Keller, the 9-hole hitter today, patrolling center field for the Coyotes. 2 outs now in the inning. Keller looking to be the one that can swing the bat and drive in the runs. Sanders looking to get through 2 full innings of work. The pitch. Called for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 2 on. Keller ready. Sanders set. The pitch. A breaking ball finding the inside part of the zone. So now no balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Here's the pitch. That'll be inside. He will turn the upper body, so that will constitute a swing, but it'll catch him on the hand, so that'll count as a foul ball. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. 2 runners on. Spindler going to run out and have a word with Sanders, maybe try and clear up some confusion on signs, maybe get a game plan going for the rest of the at-bat. Looking to get themselves out of this long inning. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the second. However, there's a runner in scoring position just 180 feet away at second. Sanders set, finds a sign he likes. Keller awaits the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a great at-bat and a good way to get themselves out of the inning. So we're through 2 complete, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, a 22-pitch inning. And it'll be Salazar, the 10-hole hitter, set to lead things off when we come back on PSCL Baseball YouTube channel. So we rejoin you in the top of inning number 3. Aiden Salazar leading off for the Bootleggers, playing second base today in the 10 spot. First pitch from Robinson, going to be behind the batter. So for ball 1, it'll be a wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Salazar back in, Robinson ready. He kicks, he deals. He'll take that one for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a big swing and a miss there. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count now on Aiden Salazar. Max Robinson making good work this at-bat. The next pitch, he'll poke his bat out there and get a hit out into left field. That's going to be down. He'll round first. He will not try for 2. A good leadoff single there. Exactly what you want out of your leadoff hitter, as Corbin Carroll unable to come up and make the throw in. So back to the top of the order, it'll be Edwards standing in. He drew a walk in his first trip to the dish. Salazar stands on, held on by Nunez. A big cut at that one from Edwards to start things off. No balls and 1 strike. Throw over to first, not in time. Batter safe, runner safe, sorry. 0-1 the count. Robinson ready. 2 full innings of work for him so far. That's called for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. No one away. A leadoff single from Aiden Salazar. Here's the pitch. That'll be a off-speed pitch taken outside. A great pitch decision from Robinson there, trying to catch him a little off balance as it's 1-2. Here's the next pitch. That'll be outside. It'll get away from the catcher for ball 2, so a runner will advance on the wild pitch. Salazar now standing at second. Edwards ready. Robinson ready. The pitch. High for a ball, so that'll load the count up here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. No one out, but a runner on second. The pitch. That's hit high into center field. Center field trailing back for it. He'll not have it. That's hit into the gap. So 1 run will come around to score, as it'll be Edwards standing on second with a big double there. Keller having to range all the way back to the wall, so that will drive in the first run of the day for the Bootleggers. It's now 1-0 here in the third. Bootleggers jumping out to a good lead here in the middle innings. That'll bring up Cody Baylor. 0 for 1 on the day for him, but a runner on second with no one out, so still a good position for the Bootleggers, as the first pitch he sees is taken high and away. Ball 1. Baylor flew out to right center in his last trip up. Keller was the one who recorded the out. Here's the next pitch. Inside, not going to find the zone, so make that 2 balls and no strikes. Time is called by Max Robinson. He'll look to have a word with Alex Sema behind the plate. Coach Don Bray stepping in to manage the Coyotes here after the first inning ejection of their manager. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside for a ball, so 3 balls and no strikes, the count for Cody Baylor. Max Robinson still on the mound here. Robinson set the pitch. That will not find the zone either, so a 4-pitch walk will put 2 runners on base as Edwards and Baylor stand on now. So 2 runners on with no one out. A great position for Alex Chacon, who stands in. He drew a walk as well in his last trip to the dish, looking for his first recorded at-bat. First pitch he sees, a ball way outside. That'll send Sema lunging at it. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, no one out. Pitch. That'll find the zone. A called strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count now. The pitch. A swing and a miss there. Going to bounce out of the mid of the catcher. 1-2 now for Alex Chacon. Robinson looks in to find the sign. Gets one he likes, comes set, a check on the runner at second, no one holding him on. The pitch. That'll be outside as well, so that will even the count right back up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No one out, but 2 runners on. The pitch. That's a swing and a line drive out in right field. He'll dive. He'll be unable to bring it up. So the runner from second will round third and head for home. The throw in. Not going to be in time, so a run will score on the line drive double. So a great pitch, or a great at-bat there, I should say, to drive in yet another run. As it was Edwards driven around to score, so that will move the score here. Bootleggers 2, Coyotes nothing in the visiting half of the 3rd inning. Gledhill will stand in, a runner just 90 feet away at third. And another at second, infield playing in. A hard cut at that one will send it foul over near the concession stand. No balls, 1 strike. Robinson set the pitch. That'll hit him, so there will be runners all the way around now. So the bases are loaded for the catcher, Spindler, number 27. So he'll stand in and look to get something going, but first a courtesy runner for Gledhill. It'll look to be Gifford, number 15, coming in to run here. Robinson set out of the windup. The kick, the pitch. That'll find the zone for a called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no one out, but runners all the way around as the bases are loaded for the Bootlegger offense. Spindler checks his swing, returns the bat to the shoulders. Infield in, the pitch. That'll be outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. No one away. Robinson finds his sign and comes set at the belt. The pitch will be taken outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. Needing a good 3 outs. If it's hit in the air to anywhere in the outfield, you can assume that someone will be tagging up and heading for home. The pitch swung on, foul tipped off the mask of the catcher, so that will bring the count right back even at 2-2. So time will be called, and they'll have a trainer out to check on the catcher who just took one off the face mask. Can't imagine that that felt very good for the young man. So they'll call time, get him a drink of water, see if they can't freshen him up really quick. I'm sure on a day like this, a cold drink of water can fix just about any ailment that comes your way. 103 degrees here in Palm Springs. A slight wind. Looks like that'll be blowing out towards left field from right center. So it looks like he'll be all right to resume action, as Sema is going to take a practice pitch just to make sure he's feeling okay back there. I'm sure Max Robinson not going to complain. Get himself another warm-up pitch just to kind of regain control of the ball, walking a batter in this inning. 65 pitches through 2 full innings so far for him, 35 of which have been strikes, bringing him to a 53.85 strike percentage. Throwing 21 pitches in the first, 19 in the second, and already up to 25 pitches in this inning without recording an out. But it doesn't look like Sema's going to be set to go, so they'll have a new catcher. And a new catcher out now, as that will bring up Jackson Loving, who will replace Sema, as he's going to be sat down with a little bang up there. So the new catcher Loving going to go over signs with Max Robinson. One of the things about summer ball is you can never have too many catchers on your roster. Definitely a position where you're going to need some backup, especially on days like today. They will give him just a brief second to catch a couple warm-up pitches. Max Robinson not going to complain. He'll take another couple warm-up pitches. Even more opportunity to maybe finalize some mechanics, or fine-tune, I should say, some mechanics up there. Looks pretty good so far from him today, able to fill up the zone and make good pitches. Just some really good bats on the Bootleggers side, so a good baseball game on both sides of the lineup card. It's been one of the things we've noticed for PSCL so far is that the baseball all the way around has been pretty high quality. These kids are coming out from various regions of the country, all the way from even up to New England, even into Canada. So definitely a premier place to watch summer collegiate baseball. If I were a player, I know I wouldn't complain about getting to live in Southern California for a summer. Make plenty of new connections. So we're ready to go here. Robinson back on the mound. Pitch on the way. First pitch he throws will be outside, so that will load the count for Spindler. 3 balls and 2 strikes, picking back up on a 2-2 count. Now moved full. Spindler back in. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit right back up the middle. Shortstop there. He won't be able to get it. They'll toss it over to second, but they will not have an out recorded. So a run comes across to score easily here. It was Eli to Nelson. Everybody is going to be safe on that. Now a runner in for the catcher Spindler. That'll be Brandon McCray in now. But standing at the dish will be Robbie Lopez. First pitch going to really brush him off the plate there. 1-0. Bootleggers move out to a 3-0 lead. Still no outs recorded in this inning, but no action in either dugout so far. Next pitch will be high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. That's swung on, hit right back up the middle. It'll be the second baseman, Nelson. Throw over to first in time, but a run will come across to score. Good play from him there. That was Chacon who was driven in, so that's 4 runs now for the Bootleggers in this inning alone. One more would roll the inning. Any extra runners on base will be counted as a run. A big hack at one. Robinson set. Here's the pitch. That's poked right back up the middle. It'll be to the center fielder, so the run from third will tag up. And that will be the 5th run of the inning, so the inning will roll over. Keller was the one who will make that. And that is how the inning will come to an end. So we head now into the bottom of the 3rd. Coyotes currently leading, or Bootleggers leading now 6-0. We'll be right back. It's the bottom of inning number 3, a long top of the 3rd. The Bootleggers driving across 6 runs, 5 runs, 1 being rolled around. Corbin Carroll will start off this inning. Still Marcus Sanders on the mound for the Bootleggers. Finds a sign he likes, turns, kicks, deals. Taken low in the dirt, ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. 40 pitches for Marcus Sanders in 2 full innings of work. 55% of which have been strikes at about 22 pitches. That's going to find the zone, a called strike number 2. Called strike number 1, sorry. 1 ball, 1 strike, no one away on the leadoff hitter. Next pitch from Sanders. He'll fire that one in there, a fastball call on the lower outside corner. The 1-2 pitch. It'll be taken low for a ball. 2-2. Next pitch on its way. That'll be taken low, so that will load the count up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carroll standing back in from the right side. A full count pitch from Sanders on the way. That'll be called inside for strike 3, so there's 1 out now as that will turn the lineup over. And it'll bring up the new catcher, Loving, number 3. He'll look to get his first cut of the day after coming off the bench. He'll stand in from the right side, checks his swing. Sanders, here's the pitch. That'll find the upper inside corner for called strike one. No balls, one strike, one away. The home frame of the third. In the middle innings now, we only play 7 in the PSCL, so that's hit right back up the middle. It'll be Sanders with it, no problem. Going to run over and toss it to Rodas. So a quick out, number 2. That will bring up Nunez, who is 1 for 1 on the day. He hit a hard single out to the left fielder. One of 2 hits for the Coyotes in this one. Sanders threw 2 2/3 now, 2 2/3 now. And here's the first pitch to Nunez. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 away, no one on. .48 pitches, looking for 49 here. The 1-0 offering. Swung on, hit high and foul back just over the stands into Sunrise Park. 1-1. So a 1-1 count for Nunez as he steps in. Sanders turns, kicks, and deals. That's going to find the zone as well, so that'll be a called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No one on base. Nunez looking to get himself a hit. Here's the pitch from Sanders. He'll check his swing. Did not go all the way around. A ball, so that'll even the count right back up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on. Sanders back to the bump, looks in to find his sign. Nunez waits the pitch. Here's the 2-2 offering. It's going to be low in the dirt, bouncing out of the mitt of the catcher Spindler. So that will load the count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. And the next pitch. That'll be in there, called for strike 3. So at the end of the third, no runners on, no hits. And it's the Bootleggers' turn to continue to pour it on. Dominic, Rodas, and Salazar due up to lead off the 4th. When we come back, this is Austin Stokes live coverage, PSCL Baseball. It's the top of the 4th, a new entry for the Coyotes on defense. It'll be Gino Hutchinson running out to patrol left field as Dominique, the big left-hander, will lead things off. He is 1 for 1 on the day. He doubled on a line drive out to right field. Robinson still on the bump. He starts him off with a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch from Robinson. That's popped way up, but way foul for the first strike of the at-bat. 1 ball, 1 strike in the top of the 4th. Next pitch from Robinson. A breaking ball that won't find the zone. High and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. That swung on and popped out to left field. It's Hutchinson under it. He will have it, so there's 1 away. That will bring up the first baseman, Rodas. 0 for 1 so far today. He has struck out swinging. Robinson nearing 80 pitches, though. He has thrown 53.95% of his pitches for strikes. First pitch to Rodas is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 away, no one on for the Bootleggers in the top of this inning. Rodas standing back in. Here's the pitch. He'll fire that one in there. A swinging strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike after the swing and a miss by Rodas. 1 away, no one on board. Robinson gonna step off and try it again. Turns, kicks, and deals. Another big swing and a miss on the breaking ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. It looks like they will have said that that is, in fact, strike 3. So that will bring up Aiden Salazar. A big swing and a miss at the first one he sees. Robinson working really quick on these batters, not giving them much time to get ready, looking to get ahead of the timing. And the next pitch he throws is a swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Robinson working ahead of me up here in the booth even. A quick pitcher looking to get his team back up to the plate in a hurry. Salazar steps in, 1 for 1 on the day. The pitch hit high out into straightaway center field. Keller ranging over, and he'll have it. So there's this side retired on that one. No runs, no hits, 11 pitches in this inning. It'll be Toms, Nelson, and Eli when we come back for the Coyotes in the bottom of inning number 4. So with the throw down to second, we are ready to go here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bootleggers leading 6-0 as it's the Coyotes' opportunity to get on the board here. Tom's leading things off. First pitch. Brush him off the plate a little bit. Ball 1. Sanders going to step off and try it again. Tom steps out of the batter's box. Tom's 0 for 1 on the day out of the 3 spot. He struck out swinging his last trip up. He'll take that one for a strike. 1-1 the count now. The 1-1. That'll be in there. A called strike, 2. 1-2 the count now. Sanders ready. Here's the pitch. A chopper on the ground over to the first baseman. He'll toss it over himself. So there's now 1 away. A 3-1 put out there. Rodas over to Sanders, and that will bring up Nelson, the cleanup hitter. 0 for 1 for him. He was sat down on the backwards K in his first trip up. Standing in from the left side, Sanders had 57 pitches through 3 1/3 inning of work. Pitch on its way. That'll be taken low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Sanders finds his pitch, turns, kicks, and deals. It's going to be low, bouncing out of the mitt of Spindler. 2-0. Next pitch from Sanders is on the way. That's taken for a called strike 1 on the outside heart of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, no. It's outside for another ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. A good hitter's count for Nelson here. Looking to find a good pitch to put some wood on and get that into the outfield for a base hit. Next pitch. Inside for ball 4, so there's a runner aboard with 1 away. It'll be Nicholas Eli standing in out of the 5-hole. 1 for 1 on the day. He singled on a ground ball to the shortstop. Sanders back on the bump. 62 pitches now for him. Eli standing in from the right side. Nelson, a good lead held on by Rodas. That's in there, a called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. 1 away for Sanders here. An easy out number 1, ranging over to tag the bag for the first out of the inning. That's in there for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. With 1 away and 1 runner on. Here's the pitch. That's in there, called for strike 2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. Nicholas Eli looking to get on board with a base hit, continue the great day he's had at the plate, make it 2 for 2. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and hit foul down the opposite field line. Count remains 1-2. Bootleggers lead this one 6-0 in the middle to late innings. That's going to be in there, but it won't find the zone, just a tad outside for the umpire Carlos Butler's liking. Make it 2-2 the count with 1 away and 1 man on. Infield looking to protect here as a double play would get their bats going, and some action in the Bootlegger bullpen now. The pitch. That'll be in there, called for strike 3, so there are 2 away now as Eli is sat down, and that will bring up now number 26, Peyton Wysong. Still 0-0 on the day as he reached on a walk in his first trip up, a 4-pitch walk for Wysong back in the 3rd inning of play. Sanders set the pitch. Low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Sanders comes set. The pitch. Swung on the ground. That will get to the shortstop. Throw over will not be in time, so he'll beat out the ground ball to Chacon with a single. So runners on first and second with 2 away now, so the force out at third is in play if anything's hit over to Baylor. That will bring up Nunley, the third baseman, batting in the 7 hole. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 away, 2 on. Nelson and Wysong are on board on first and second. Sanders just surpassing the 70 pitch mark through 3 2/3 inning. Next pitch. Swung on and hit high down the first base line, but curving foul over towards the batting cages. Make that 1-1 now with 2 outs and 2 on. 1-1 pitch on its way from Sanders. Swung on and hit out into left field. That might be trouble. It'll get down. It'll roll back towards the left fielder. Throw home. Runners moving. He'll be in there. And the throw back to third, they'll say he did not get the tag, so a great way to get 2 more runs on the board. That'll be scored as a double. So it is now 6-2. The Coyotes back into it here in the middle innings, narrowing that lead right on down to 4, as that'll bring up Geno Hutchinson, the left fielder. He's been successful for him this season. One of the better hitters on the Coyote lineup. First pitch he sees will be swung on. That'll bring in a run, as that's a bloop single over the head of the first baseman. As Nunley will cross the plate safely, so a good sequence of hits for the Coyotes as that makes it 6-3. Run number 4 is at first base in the form of Geno Hutchinson. Keller standing in now, the 9-hole hitter. 0 for 1 on the day. Sanders on the mound. Taken high for 1 ball, no strikes. Sanders back to the rubber. 75 pitches, 76 on the way. 1-0 pitch. Popped high but foul over into the stands on the first base side. 1-1. Count all even here as there's 2 outs in the inning. That pitch will be fouled back into the chest protector of the catcher, Spindler. So 1-2 with 2 outs now. Still some action out in the Bootlegger bullpen. Getting a right-hander up and throwing. Keller still at the plate. The pitch. Hit hard out into right field. That'll get down for a single, maybe more. Runner from first will head around to third on the line drive single. So runners at the corners now with 2 away. That'll bring up Carroll, the 10-hole hitter, 0 for 1 on the day. He was sat down on the swinging strikeout in his last trip up. Sanders, 78 pitches now. 57% of which have been strikes, 45 pitches in the strike zone for him. Throw over to first, not in time. He's in there safely. Carroll still awaiting the first pitch of the at-bat for him. The pitch taken for a strike, but the runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. So while that is a called strike 1, the runner will advance. So 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away. 0-1 the count in the bottom of the 4th. Sanders going to step off and try it again. Carroll awaits. Sanders set. The pitch. Breaking ball not going to find the zone, so that'll even things up. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 away for Marcus Sanders. His 80th pitch of the day right there. 3 2/3 inning of work. Looking to make it 4 complete if he can record 1 more out and get his bats back up and regain that strong lead. That's hit on the ground to short. Shortstop up with it. Throw over well in time. So that is how the side will be retired. It'll be Chacon to Rodas, and it's now turn for the Bootleggers to get it going. 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 men left on base, 28 pitches. We're through 4 complete. This is Austin Stokes, PSCL Baseball. So we're ready to go in the top of the 5th. Looks to be Robinson still on the mound for the Coyotes in this one. First pitch outside, ball 1. Next pitch outside for ball 2. Robinson back to work quick, not allowing much time for these hitters to get set. Edwards leading off, the leadoff hitter for the Bootleggers. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 pitch. hit way up in the air, straight away center field. Center fielder will be there to make the play, as there's quickly one away. That was Keller who was under it. Robinson still on the mound. That will bring up a new hitter now in the form of Klee. Takes that one. The pitch outside, so 2 balls and no strikes to J.C. Klee, getting his first cuts of the day. Six to 3, still the score for the Bootleggers lead. That pitch will find the zone, a called strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 away. That swung on and roped out into left field, so that'll get down in a good single for J.C. Klee. Exactly what you want off of a guy off the bench. Geno Hutchinson was the one that reined that one in. That'll bring up Alex Chacon in the 3 spot. He is 1 for 1 on the day. He has walked and doubled on a line drive out to right field. Time called by the umpire Carlos. And we're ready to go. Chacon stepping back in. Robinson ready, 90 pitches for him. Here's the next one. That will not find the zone. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 away, but 1 runner on. So we might see a double play. It is in factor now. The traditional 4-3 double play. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a roper back between the shortstop and third baseman. So 2 singles in a row will have runners on. More action for Geno Hutchinson out there. It'll be J.C. Klee and Alex Chacon standing on, as now Gledhill, number 22, the cleanup hitter, will stand in. 0 for 1 for him on the day. He was plunked in his last trip to the plate and lined into a double play. Back in his first trip, that's called for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 away, 2 on. The pitch. That is a foul ball down the first base line, not in play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on in the top of the 5th. Inside move, nobody going to be there waiting on it. Klee back in safely. At bat continues, 1-1, the pitch. That's taken outside, but called a strike nonetheless. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. A little outside with that pitch, but it will find the zone nonetheless. Swung on, hit out into right field. He might be there. No, that'll get down. Runner from second going to be sent around third. Runner from first going to be sent around. So a beautifully hit triple for Gledhill. That will score 2, so that'll extend the lead here 8-3. Some action now out in the bullpen for the Coyotes, and it looks like a new pitcher will be brought in. So an 8-3 lead for the Bootleggers in the 5th inning of play here. So that'll do it for Robinson out on the mound. He will end the day with 96 pitches thrown, 54 of which were strikes, so 56.25% on the strike rating. So a new pitcher in the ball game. So it'll be Nunez, the former first baseman, on the mound now, as Culver, who was in left field before Hutchinson came in, will move on over to first. So we'll give him the time to warm up, and we'll be right back. Bootleggers lead it 8-3 in the top of the 5th. So his warm-up pitch is taken, and that will now bring up Matthew Singh, who's hitting for the former catcher Spindler. So with 1 out in the inning, Singh getting his first cuts of the day. First pitch from the new pitcher, Nunez. Just a hair outside for ball 1. Klee standing just a couple feet away at third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike number 1. Klee running for Gledhill here. Courtesy runner for the designated hitter. Singh ready. Here's the 1-1. That'll find the zone, a called strike 2. One and 2 the count. 1 away, 1 runner on. Nunez kicks and deals. That will not find the zone, so that will even the count right back up. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. The 2-2 pitch. That swung on, hit out into shallow right field. That'll get down, and it'll be reined in by Carroll. So that'll be a single that will drive in a run. As Klee trots across to score, so that will move it 9-3. The Bootleggers a commanding lead in the top of the 5th. That will bring up the bat of Lopez, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Singled on a hard-hit ground ball to the second baseman and grounded out in his trips to the dish. That's hit high and popped up back behind the grandstands. So Lopez down early, no balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Oh and 1 the count. Lopez ready. Nunez ready. The pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the ground. That'll get through the infield, so another base hit. So a confusing double play there. Not really sure what they're going to say happened. But they'll say they turned a double play. So they will call him out at second there, maybe getting him on the tag, but the runner will stay at first. So it'll be Singh that will head on back to the dugout, and that will bring up the bat of Willis, who is 1 for 1 on the day. 2 outs, runner on first. Nunez looking to complete the inning. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball that swung on down the left field line and curving foul. No balls, 1 strike. Willis hit a single line drive out to center field and then a sacrifice fly. 1 recorded at bat for him. Swing and a miss there. A big, hearty cut at that one, making it 0-2 the count with 2 away. Lopez over on first, held on by Culver. Nunez back to the rubber, looking in to find a sign. A check on the runner at first. He comes set at the chest. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes now with 2 away. Nunez set. Here's the pitch. That's popped way up into straightaway center field. Center fielder calling everyone off, says he's got it, and he does. So that will retire the side. But not before 3 runs can come across to score. We're through 4.5. We head into the bottom of inning number 5 with a new pitcher on the mound for the Bootleggers. More about him when we come back. We are back here in the bottom of the 5th. A new arm for the Bootleggers in the form of Nate Kohler. He will look to keep the score right where it is, 9-3 in the bottom of the 5th. As it'll be Joseph Loving, the catcher, standing in to start things off. Some new people out in the field for the Bootleggers. It'll be Singh behind the plate and Klee over at third. First pitch from Kohler on the way. A looping off-speed pitch. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff hitter Loving. Loving is 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out back up to the pitcher in his first trip. That pitch will be high as well, so make it 2 balls, no strikes. No action for either team out in their bullpens. Going to let their current arms go for at least an inning, hopefully. That'll be in there for a called strike 1. Two balls and 1 strike. That'll be in there as well for a called strike 2, evening the count up quickly. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No one away, the leadoff batter. That'll be low and in the dirt, so that will load the count up here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch, swung on, hit down the third base line, but foul. Three and 2 the count, no one out. Loving, the leadoff hitter at the dish. For next pitch from Kohler, In there, called strike 3. He has him guessing on that one as he is sat down on the backwards K. Doesn't look too happy about it either. That'll bring up number 1, Geno Hutchinson. 1 for 1 on the day. He singled on a fly ball back behind first base. First pitch he sees going to be swung on, hit into the home team dugout. That'll make it 0-1. On its way from Kohler. Swung on, hit down the right field line. That might be fair. Curving foul at the last minute. Count moves, no balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch from Kohler. Inside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, but 1 away, no one on for Geno Hutchinson. That's going to be swung on and hit foul, so the at-bat will continue 1-2. 11 pitches for Kohler so far. 8 of which have been strikes. 72.73 strike percentage for him here. He'll fire that one in for a ball. That'll even it up at 2-2. That'll be low in the dirt, rolling past the catcher, Matthew Singh. Load the count 3-2. About 50 minutes, an hour and 50 minutes of baseball being played so far. Going to get through the 6th. That might be the final inning. As that will be Hutchinson who will take his walk and head on down to first base. And that will now bring up the bat of the designated hitter, number 22, Toms. 0 for 2 on the day out of the 3-hole. Hutchinson a good lead off of first, held on by Rodas, but the first pitch to Toms is taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner goes for second. Called strike. Throw down, not in time. Jackson Tom still at the plate. Hutchinson reaching on the stolen base. Here's the pitch. That's taken high for a ball. That'll be low, and it'll get away from the glove of the catcher. So on the 3-1 the count now as Hutchinson reaches third safely. So a runner just 90 feet away and a good opportunity to cut down the lead once more. I guess Tom stands in. Here's the pitch. That'll be low and in the dirt once more, so that'll put a runner on first. So runners on the corners now. for number 4, Nelson. Nelson 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out looking and reached on a walk in his last trip to the dish. That pitch will be in there, a called strike 1, so a good way for Kohler to start off the at-bat. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit down the first base line, but foul. Make it 0-2. Time going to be called. Nelson going to step back in. Some communication between the umpires there. So Kohler going to come set. 21 pitches in this inning. That'll be outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away and 2 men on board. Geno Hutchinson over at third base. Jackson Toms at third base being held on by Rodas. 1-2 the count. Kohler comes set. More action in both bullpens now. That pitch is low and in the dirt, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nelson, here's the pitch. Swung on, hit out into right field. That'll get down. That will probably score a run. But they will tag out Toms heading to second. For the fielder's choice. So now 2 away. One run coming across to score, though, as Hutchinson will cross. So that'll be a 9-4 ball game now. Coyotes getting back into this one. First pitch to the new hitter is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 away, though, for Nicholas Eli. Eli singled on a ground ball to the shortstop and was sat down looking in his last plate attempt. That pitch a ball as well. 2 balls, no strikes. Nelson stands on first, held on by Rodas. The pitch, he'll reach way back on that, but it'll get past the mitt of the catcher. So 3 balls and no strikes as Nelson reaches second on the wild pitch. Eli looking to make it a 2-for-3 day for him. A little shake, a little shimmy in the batter's box. A lot of action from him at the plate. That'll be taken for a called strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 away, 1 man on. Kohler threw 2/3 of an inning, 28 pitches for him. That'll miss low, so that'll be ball 4 as Eli will head on down to first base. And that will bring up the 1-for-1 bat of Peyton Wysong. Wysong has walked and singled on a ground ball to the left side. Singh going to have a word with Kohler, maybe try and rein him in, get a game plan going. How to approach this batter with 2 outs. Kohler ready, the 0-0. Swung on, hit high to the right side of the infield. That'll get down foul, strike 1. 1 ball, or no balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Nelson and Eli are aboard. So runners on second and third with 2 outs. Kohler, that the 30th pitch of this inning for him in his first inning of work. Needing to get out of this one and conserve pitch count going forward. That pitch misses high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 away and 2 on. Kohler ready. Here's the pitch. That'll be low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike the count with 2 outs. Wysong 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. Take a little off of that one. That'll make it 3-1. So that'll be taken high for ball 4, so that will load the bases. And now that will bring up Nunley out of the 7 spot. 1 for 1 for him on the day. He was hit by a pitch in his first trip to the dish and doubled on a line drive out to left field. With 2 outs, I'm sure he wouldn't mind repeating that same success. It's Wysong, Eli, and Nelson on base. First pitch he sees, that's a high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Beautiful day at the yard here. Warm one on tap. Kohler turns, kicks, and deals. Low for a ball. Good reaction by Singh to drop down and block that one before a run could come in on the passed ball. Get some dirt out of the mitt there. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 outs. The pitch. Inside for ball 3, so 3 balls, no strikes now, 2 outs. The pitch. High and in for ball 4, so that will walk in a run as it's now 9-5. Bootleggers still leading, but the lead has been narrowly cut down. And time call, and it looks like we might see a pitching change here. Not sure. They might want Kohler to go ahead and get the final out of the inning, and it looks like they might do just that. No one coming in from the Bootlegger bullpen just yet. Needing to hang on to this lead. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
2 hours exactly.
We've hit the 2-hour mark now. Umpire looking up here to get a reading on the time. This one could be the last inning of play if they're unable to get 2 runs coming across in the inning. Kohler still on the bump. Next pitch. Fired low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, but the bases are loaded. Keller at the dish. He is 1 for 2 on the day. That swung on and hit high way into right field. Right fielder under it. And that is the final out of the 5th inning. We're through 5 complete, but the Bootleggers are leading this one 9-5. 2 runs in that inning, no hits, no errors. 40 pitches from Kohler. It'll be Dominique, Rodas, and Salazar due up when we come back. So in the top of the sixth, the first pitch to Dominique by Nunez is called a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bootleggers 9-5. That'll be a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. That swung on, hit into straightaway center field. Keller raining there for it, and he's got it. So a quick out, number 1, as Keller had to run a long way in for that one. That will bring up number 18, Rodas. Rodas is 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out swinging in both of his trips to the plate, looking to avoid the hat trick. Nunez, 14 pitches, now through a full inning. First pitch is a called strike to Rodas, 0-1. Next pitch, high for ball 1, so 1 ball and 1 strike so far. The 1-1 pitch. That's low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Popped way up down the third base line, but foul, so that will even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That'll be high for ball 3, so a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Nunez. Swung on and hit out into left field. That won't get down. It'll be foul, so the at-bat will continue. The count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch will be out of the zone for ball 4, so a runner will reach with 1 out on the walk. It'll be Rodas heading on down to first. And that will bring up the bat of Aiden Salazar, number 6. He's 1 for 2 on the day in the 10 spot. A big swing and a miss at that one. 0-1. Rodas being held on by Culver. The pitch from Nunez swung on. That's a blooper out into center field, and that'll get down. Everybody will be in there safely. The attempted tag will be for naught at second. Rodas will make it in there safely. So that will bring up the leadoff batter, Edwards. A runner in for Rodas, looking to get some speed with the lead runner, as Jackson Gifford will come in to run. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul. Starts him off 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners aboard. That pitch will be outside, gets away from the catcher, so the runners will advance on the passed ball. Salazar and Gifford will reach their next bases successfully. Gifford on third, Salazar on second. Edwards at the plate, 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul, so that'll make it 1-2 with 1 out. That's outside, gonna miss for a ball, so that'll make it even 2-2. Nunez, his 27th pitch of the day right there. Here's the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed for strike 3, so there are 2 away now with runners on second and third, and that will bring up the bat of the tall J.C. Klee, who is 1 for 1. Coming off the bench before his last at-bat, getting a big single out into left field. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away, 2 men on. Nunez at the bump, needing 1 good pitch to get his team out of this long half inning. The pitch swung on and hit foul back into the netting, so make that a 1-1 count for J.C. Klee, looking to keep his day going and make it 2 for 2. One pitch in there for ball 2, so 2 balls and 1 strike now. Just missing inside on the corner. Two-one offering. That'll be taken for ball 3, so 3-1. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss for him there. So that will load the count right back up for Nunez, working his way back. It's 3-2 with 2 outs and 2 runners on. The pitch. High and in there for ball 4, so that will load the bases with 2 outs. No action in either bullpen. 2 outs, and Alex Chacon will stand in 2 for 2 on the day for him. He was the 3-hole hitter for the Bootleggers. That'll be inside just off the plate. Ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. That'll be taken inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 away, and bases loaded. Klee, Salazar, and Gifford are on base, first, second, and third. 1-1 pitch. High and in for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 offering. Taken for a ball, so make it 3-1 now. That swung on and hit foul, so once again the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Bootleggers hanging on to a 9-5 4-run lead. The pitch in there for ball 4, so make that a 5-run lead now, as the Bootleggers run it up 10-5. Will bring up Gledhill, the cleanup hitter, 1 for 2 on the day. Way outside, that'll get away from him, so a run will come across to score as everybody's going to move up. So runners will move up to second and third as it's now an 11-5 ball game. One and 0 the count for Gledhill. The pitch. Not going to find the zone either. 2 balls, no strikes. Nunez has thrown 42 pitches now, 22 of which have been strikes. 52.38% of his pitches have found the zone. Here's the pitch. That's hit right back up the middle. That might be trouble. It's the shortstop up with the throw over. Not in time. That'll get away from him, so 2 runs will come in to score. On the throwing error. Now a 13-5 ball game in the top of the 6th. Singh standing in now. He's 1-1 on the day. First pitch. Buzzing the tower, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Nunez up to 44 pitches now. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground down the third base line, but curving foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. High pop-up. This should be the last out of the inning, and it will be, as Eli will be right there. So 4 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 35 pitches in the inning. It'll be Carroll, Loving, and Hutchinson due up when we come back in the bottom of inning number 6. And we are back at historic Palm Springs Stadium. Ethan Nooner, the new pitcher for the Bootleggers, needing just 3 outs to wrap this one up as we've hit the time. So the first batter he sees, that'll be number 6, Keller, who is hit by the pitch. He will head on down to first. Bring up Carroll, who is 0 for 2 on the day out of the 9 spot. Outside for ball 2, so the runner will advance on the wild pitch. Sorry, ball 1. 13-5 our score here in the bottom of the 6th. If the Bootleggers want to tie this up, or if the Coyotes want to tie this up, they will need to score 5 and then leave the bases loaded. Most runs you can get in an inning being 8, since we have a rollover rule. Nooner ready. Here's the pitch. Some really great velocity, just unable to find the zone with that pitch. 2 balls in. Word from our data analytics team says Nooner's sitting in the upper 80s, topping at 80. High for strike number 1, called strike number 1. 2 balls in, 1 strike. Word from our data analytics team says Nooner's sitting in the upper 80s. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, so that'll put a good hitter's count for Carroll, 3-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. A big cut at that one. Needing to get a little more out in front to make contact. It's a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second. Nooner set. He'll step off, look back at second. No one there holding on Keller, so he'll be in there safely. A swing and a miss for strike 3, so that's the first out of the inning. That's going to be called a foul ball, it looks like. Carroll going to step back in there. Nooner looking for the punch out. Here's the payoff pitch. Runner goes. That's low for a ball. So he will head on down to first, and Keller will reach on the stolen base attempt. That'll bring up the catcher, Joseph Loving, 0 for 2 on the day, batting in the number 1 spot after coming in for the injured catcher, who took a rough one off the mask. No outs, runners at the corners. Throw over first, not in time. Loving still waiting on the first pitch. He's 0 for 2, grounded out, and sat down on the swinging strikeout so far today. Throw over to first, that'll get away from him. They can't get up with it, so Carroll's going to advance all the way around to third. On the thrown away pickoff. So that will cut the lead down. It's 13-6 Coyotes. Still trailing here. That pitch is going to catch a piece of Loving, so he will be sent on down to first. So there are once again runners at the corners, still no one out. Some more action out in the Bootlegger bullpen. That'll bring up Geno Hutchinson as he'll stand in, 1 for 1 on the day. Nooner ready. 0-0 pitch. Taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That was Nooner's 10th pitch of the day. That'll be behind the glove of the catchers. Sorry, that'll be behind the hitter. So a run will come across to score. 2-0 the count now. Make it 13-7. Nooner going to head back to the mound. Hutchinson going to stand back in. 2-0 the count. 1 runner on second after the wild pitch brought in. Lead runner to score. That'll be taken for a strike. Called strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Still no one out. Loving standing on second. Hutchinson at the dish. Here's the pitch. High for ball 3. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, hit out into left field, but that'll get foul. That will load the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So that was a close one there, as that almost hit on the right side of the third base foul line. Just about drove in Loving from second. Would have made it a 13-8 ball game. A high scoring one in this one. Some good bats working so far. Count remains full for Hutchinson. Nooner comes set. From the windup, or the stretch, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's how the first out of the inning is recorded. So that will bring up number 22, Jackson Toms. Toms is 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging, grounded out, and reached on a walk today. That's going to be inside, but called a strike. No balls and 1 strike with 1 away. That's it. That's a ball, but the runner will advance on the stolen base. So there's a runner on third now. 1-1 the count. Loving reaching third on a good jump from second. Tom still at the dish. 1-1 the count. 1 away, 1 runner on. Nooner needing to get himself out of this one. The pitch. Way inside, brushing Toms off the dish. Almost caught him on the hip there. 2-1. Pitch from Nooner, fires it in there. That's hit on the ground towards third. Third baseman up with it, not going to have it. Shortstop up with it. The throw over, not in time. So a run will come across to score. As Loving crosses the plate successfully, it's now 13-8. So Nelson on board. 3 runs have come across so far in this inning. That'll be taken for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Called for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 away, 1 runner on. Nooner back set. He kicks, he deals. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swung on and missed, so a big strike 2 there. A really good pitch from Nooner, able to locate the off speed. One away here in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch, taken for a ball. Throw down to second is not in time. So Toms will advance on the stolen base. Full count, 3-2, 1 away. Toms at second, Nelson at the dish. Nelson 0 for 2 on the day. He has struck out, walked, and lined out into a fielder's choice in his trips to the dish. The pitch outside, so ball 4. That'll put a runner on first and second now. It'll be Nicholas Eli, 1 for 2 so far today. Singled on a ground ball to short, struck out looking, and walked. Nooner ready. Here's the pitch. Inside, strike number 1. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch taken for a ball. Nooner set, Eli at the dish. An aggressive lead from Toms at second. One away, 2 runners on. That'll be taken for ball 4, so that will load the bases up once again. And time is called by the bootlegger coach. So it looks like we'll be seeing a new pitcher. Looks like the bootleggers coach might have taken the ball from Nooner. And we will see a new pitcher. So that'll do it for Nooner. 30 pitches, 1/3 of an inning. And a new arm on the mound. More about him when we come back after he takes his warm-up pitches. This is PSCL Baseball live on the PSCL YouTube channel. So the new pitcher on the mound is number 1, Dylan D'Amico. He will look to get the final 2 outs of this one. Peyton Wysong standing in 1 for 1, bases loaded. One away in the inning. The 0-0 pitch to Wysong. Low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That's outside as well, so 2 balls and no strikes for Peyton Wysong. That's going to ride right over the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. D'Amico yet to find the zone. That is a called strike. A good hitter's count for Wysong still, as it's now 3-1 with 1 away. The pitch taken low for ball 4, so that will walk across a run. That makes it 13-9. If they walk across 1 more, that will roll the inning and tie the game up. Outside for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch from D'Amico. Outside as well for ball number 2, 2 balls, no strikes. 1 away here with the bases loaded. It's Wysong, Eli, and Nelson aboard. Noonley at the dish. He's 1 for 1 today. That's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That'll find the strike zone. A good hitter's count for Noonley. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 away and the bases loaded. He'll quick pitch him. Hit right back up the middle. That'll get through the infield. Will come across. And so will another.
That's 5 runs. Yep.
So that was the 5th run to come across. Eli also going to reach home safely. So with the 5th run coming across to score, so the game will continue, as because this is the last inning, they're not going to roll it, so a good chance for the Coyotes to bring this one back. It's now 11-13. With only 1 away. Keller standing in now. Two runs needed to tie the ball game. The pitch. Low and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. D'Amico set. The pitch. Low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
2-0 the count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Runners go, throw down. No one's going to be there. Runner from third breaking for home. He'll be there safely. So on the error, there will be a runner on third as the lead is now 13-12. One more will tie it. That's in there for a strike. That's going to be outside for ball 4. So Culver is aboard with a walk. So with 1 out, runners on the corners. Keller, he's caught in a rundown. Culver has been caught between first and second. Runner's going to go home. They won't have him. So that's how the game will be tied up. So time's going to be called as the Bootleggers dugout's going to have a word with the umpire. But nevertheless, that'll tie the game up 13-13. So a tie ball game, the last inning of play. 1 out, 1. Keller standing in, 1 out in the inning. Umpire's looking up towards me for some clarification on how many outs. Winning run stands at second. That pitch is high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. D'Amico looks in to find the sign. Still not recorded an out. 16 pitches. Here's the pitch. It's going to be popped over back behind the first base side of the grandstands. 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1-2 the count now. D'Amico back in charge. One and 2 pitch on its way. That's outside, so 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped straight up, just out of play. 2-2. 2-2, 1 away, 1 runner on. The winning run at second. If Keller can get a good piece of something, he could win it. Outside ball 3, that'll load it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count. Keller awaits. D'Amico inside move. Nobody's going to be there waiting on him. Count remains full, 3-2. That'll be outside and another walk, so Keller will head on over to first. So it'll be Carroll standing in now, number 8. He's 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch he sees is fouled back into Sunrise Park, 0-1. Next pitch, outside for a ball. That'll even the count up 1-1. Bottom of the sixth, 1-1 the count, 1 on, 2, 1 out, 2 on. So that's in there, called strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch, high for ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That'll even things up with 1 out. It's Culver on second and Keller on first with Carroll at the dish. Here's the pitch. That's hit high but foul down the line, so count remains 2-2. D'Amico still yet to record an out so far in his outing. 2-2 count, the pitch. Hit foul into the netting. At bat continues, still even. 1 away, 2 runners on. Tie ball game, bottom of the sixth. 1 big hit could end it here. D'Amico set the pitch. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Shortstop, throw over to second for 1. Throw over to first is in time. So a good double play there. And it looks like that might be it, waiting on official word from the umpires. And that will be the ball game. So that the final score is a tie, 13-13. And that'll do it for PSCL baseball action here at Palm Springs Stadium. Here in just a couple hours, we will have some power baseball. Going to be a fun one. If you can't make it out to the stadium, we'd love to have you on the live stream. I'll be on the call with my partner, Bray Faust. This has been Austin Stokes PSCL action. Bootleggers and Coyotes tie it up 13-13. Thanks for watching and have a great day.